Welcome to the lecture on engineering statistics and linear algebra. So in this lecture, I am going to discuss about the concept of linear transformation and few examples related to the linear transformations. So first we will learn about what is meant by linear transformation. So let U and V be a vector spaces over the field F. So in this linear transformation, I am considering two vector spaces. One is U and one more is V on the same field, that is F. Then the mapping T of U from U tends to V is said to be a linear transformation. That is, I'm going to define a mapping here, that is T from U onto V is said to be linear transformation if it is satisfy the following conditions. The first condition is the transformation of alpha plus beta should be equal to T of alpha plus T of beta. Here for all alpha comma beta belongs to U, and the transformation of with a scalar and alpha, that is T into C alpha, is given by C into T of alpha for all C belongs to F and the alpha belongs to the vector space U. And here we can define the linear map also. So let U be a vector space over a field F. Then the linear transformation that happening between from U onto U itself is called as a linear map on the vector space U. So in this linear transformation, the vectors U and V are vector spaces over the same field as I told before. And in the conditions, that is T of alpha plus beta is equal to T of alpha plus T of beta, or T of C alpha is equal to C into T alpha, the plus sign in the LHS of the first equation indicates that plus of the vector space U, and plus sign in the RHS indicates that plus of the vector space V. So I mean in this definition, in this one, this plus sign indicates that is this plus sign is applicable only for the vector U, and this plus sign indicates that for the vector space V. This is before transformation. This addition represent before transformation. This represent after transformation. This is for the vector space U. Since the alpha comma beta belongs to U, the transformation is happening from the vector space U onto the vector space V with the condition T of alpha plus T of beta in the vector space V. Next one. So in the same way, in the scalar multiplication on the LHS is a scalar multiplication of U only, and on the RHS it is for the scalar multiplication of the vector V, that is here. In this condition, in this part, this scalar multiplication can be applicable for the vector space U since the alpha belongs to U, and it is after transformation this scalar multiplication will belong to the vector space V since this T of alpha belongs to V. Here also only alpha comma beta belongs to the vector space U, and after transformation this T of alpha T of beta belongs to the vector space V. Same thing for here also. Example, T of V2 of R tends to V2 of R is defined by T of x comma y is equal to 3x plus 2y 3x minus 4y. So here the transformation is happening from V2 of space to V2 of space. So from same space to same space only it's happening. So here we have to take only two variables. So, and we have to verify that T is a linear transformation from the given condition. So to show that T is a linear transformation, we must have two conditions, that is T of alpha plus beta is equal to T of alpha plus T of beta, and T of C alpha must be equal to C into T alpha. These two we have to satisfy to show that T is a linear transformation. So first one, so let me consider two vectors alpha and beta. Alpha is equal to x1 comma y1 and beta is equal to x2 comma y2 I am taking. So let me add alpha plus beta first. So after adding I will be getting x1 comma y1 plus x2 comma y2. So it will be equal to what? x1 plus x2 comma y1 plus y2 I will get it. So now I am going to apply the linear transformation for the alpha plus beta. So T of alpha plus beta is equal to T of x1 plus x2 comma y1 plus y2. So now I am going to expand this condition from the given condition, that is T of x comma y can be represented like 3x plus 2y comma 3x minus 4y. So I can write like 3 of x1 plus x2 plus 2 of y1 plus y2, comma 3 of x1 plus x2 minus 4 of y1 plus y2. On simplifying this further, I'll be getting what? 3x1 plus 2y1, comma 3x1 minus 4y1 is one set. Again 3x2 plus 2y2, comma 3x2 minus 4y2 is a one more set. It will be equal to what? T of x1 comma y1, T of x2 comma y2, it will be equal to T of alpha plus T of beta. The first condition got satisfied for the given problem. So next one is the scalar multiplication. I'm going to multiply the scalar c with the alpha. I'll be getting c alpha is equal to c times of x1 y1. It will be equal to what? cx1 comma cy1. So now applying the transformation for the equation, I'll be getting t of c alpha is equal to t times of cx1 comma cy1. So now again we have to expand this condition from the given problem. That is 3 times of cx1 plus 2 times of cx1 comma 3 times of cx1 minus 4 times of cy1. Since s is a scalar, I can take c common factor. I'll be getting c of c into 3x1 plus 2y1 comma c into 3x1 minus 4y1. I can take c common factor. I'll be getting 3x1 plus 2y1 comma 3x1 minus 4y1. So c times of t in transformation of x1 y1, it will be equal to what? C into t alpha. So hence I can conclude that the transformation of mapping v2 of r tends to v2 of r is a linear transformation, hence is a linear map on v2 of r. Since it is mapping on the same transformation into same transformation, I can say it is a linear map. One more example. Define the mapping T of v2 of r tends to v2 of r here also. With the condition that T of x comma y is equal to x cos theta minus y sin theta, comma x sin theta plus y cos theta. Verify whether T is a linear transformation. So again same thing, define two vectors alpha and beta. Alpha is equal to x1 y1, beta is equal to x2 y2. I want to find the transformation T of alpha plus beta now. So what I can do, I'm going to combine alpha plus beta vectors like x1 plus x2 I will get it, comma y1 plus y2. I'm going to apply the transformation for that. So I'll be having T of alpha plus beta is equal to T of x1 plus x2 comma y1 plus y2. So from the given condition, I can replace T of x comma y as x cos theta minus y sin theta, comma x sin theta plus y cos theta. So in place of x, I'll be replacing x1 plus x2. In place of y, I'll be replacing y1 plus y2. So x1 plus x2 cos theta minus y1 plus y2 sin theta, comma x1 plus x2 sin theta plus y1 plus y2 cos theta. So on simplifying this further, I'll be getting what? x1 cos theta minus y1 sin theta, comma x1 sin theta plus y1 cos theta plus x2 cos theta minus y2 sin theta, comma x2 sin theta plus y2 cos theta. So I can replace this one as T of x1 y1. So from the given same given condition, it will be equal to x1 y1, it will be T of x2 y2. So further I'll be getting T of alpha plus T of beta. Hence I go T of alpha plus beta is equal to what? T of alpha plus T of beta. So hence the first condition gets satisfied in the given problem. Next is for scalar multiplication. So consider C alpha first. So for the alpha vector, I'll be multiplying the scalar C here. So I'll be getting Cx1 Cy1 as C alpha. So if I apply the transformation, linear transformation for the C alpha, I'll be getting what? T of C alpha is equal to T times of Cx1 comma Cy1. So from the given problem, I can expand this one as Cx1 cos theta minus Cy1 sin theta, Cx1 sin theta plus Cy1 cos theta. On simplifying this further by taking C common factor, I'll be getting C times of x1 cos theta minus y1 sin theta, comma C times of x1 sin theta plus y1 cos theta. So I can take C entirely common factor. So I'll be getting C times of x1 cos theta minus y1 sin theta, comma x1 sin theta plus y1 cos theta. So it will be equal to what? C times of T alpha. So hence both the conditions satisfied here. Hence I can say that T is a linear transformation, and also this T is a linear map since it is mapping from same transformation onto the same transformation itself. So thank you.